Hi, Mrs. Benjamin. We love you because
Benjamin is standing outside to get a snow coat.
I know she's a good Harry Potter fan.
She's a great volleyball coach.
I love you.
What I love about Mrs. Benjamin is that she's flexible, fun, and easygoing.
Mrs. Benjamin lets us go on tons of field trips. Mrs. Benjamin has funny jokes.
I like Mrs. Benjamin because she's so encouraging.
I like Mrs. Benjamin is very amazing.
I love Mrs. Benjamin because she always lets us have fun toys.
I love that Mrs. Benjamin has such a big personality.
Mrs. Benjamin is the best principal because she is funny. Mrs. Benjamin is kind because she's always awesome.
Mrs. Benjamin is a great principal because she supports her students and staff.
She is kind. You are the best principal because you're so nice to us. Miss Benjamin is a good principal because she always has funny jokes. Mrs. Benjamin is a good principal because she's fun.
Miss Benjamin is a great principal because she likes to pick up the administration or the staff and make the school day fun.
You have a good mood.
I love Mrs. Benjamin because she's helped me out a lot this year with stuff, and she's just awesome. And she's helped me a lot with some stuff that's been going on.
Mrs. Benjamin's a great principal because she's not square like North Vermilion's principal.
Mrs. Benjamin because she's pretty.
She's funny looking.
I love you, Miss Benjamin. You're awesome.
I like Mrs. Benjamin because I always feel supported. I feel like she cares about me as a person, not just as an employee. She's also here to support the students and make sure I have the materials I need to be the best teacher that I can be. And I enjoy coming to Turkey Run each day to work with her and my other colleagues as well.
I like Mrs. Benjamin because she is nice and she is always willing to help.
I like Mrs. Benjamin because she is funny and nice. I like Mrs. Benjamin because she is nice to every single one of us.
I love Mrs. Benjamin because she is so nice, she is so caring, she sets up the funnest days, and she is always in such a good mood.
Everything.
I like Mrs. Benjamin because she's kind and caring.
I love Mrs. Benjamin because she is very kind-hearted and she loves everyone that she will meet, and she's a very loud principal. She is very helpful, loud, and she's always willing to help everyone. She is fun and she's very helpful to everybody she sees, and she's very loud.
She's amazing and can remember every student's name.
I love that Mrs. Benjamin allows us to do what's best for kids.
I forgot to say, she's also very loving.
I love Miss Benjamin because she dedicates her time to us.
Miss Benjamin is awesome because she always thinks about us whenever we're down.
Miss Benjamin is awesome because she loves to spend time with us.
Miss Benjamin is awesome because she dedicates her time for us and she works hard for us.
I love Miss Benjamin because she is nice to students and respects everybody at the school.
I love that Mrs. Benjamin is so supportive of the staff, and I love how she loves the kids.
I like Mrs. Benjamin because she's funny and she's nice.
She takes care of everybody in the school. She's nice, pretty, and she takes care of everybody.
She has a great sense of humor and she's fun to be around.
She always knows the right thing to say.
I love Miss Benjamin because she's the best because she has all the sneakers in the world and she's just super cool. And she likes Star Wars.
I love Mrs. Benjamin because she has a big heart and she cares about everybody in the school, students and staff.
Action. We like Miss Benjamin because she's sarcastic. And she's funny and she's kind and she's really funny and she has nice shoes.
Miss Benjamin is very funny. Miss Benjamin is nice. She loves us.
I love Mrs. Benjamin because she is absolutely amazing and she helps all of our friends in our school.
I love Mrs. Benjamin because she's a rockin' principal.
Mom. One thing I love about Miss Benjamin is that she lets us do Friday Fam.
about Mrs. Benjamin and she's always fun and loving to us.
Miss Benjamin because she's the best vine swinger I've ever
I
watched.
love Miss Benjamin because of her snappy eyes. Miss Benjamin is such a nice principal. Benjamin is the best principal. She is nice. She is very kind. She is the best principal. I get to go camping with her.
I love Mrs. Benjamin's enthusiasm.
She is the best. She's always energetic and nice. She has lots of energy. She works very, very hard. She's the best principal.
She's always so full of energy and positive.
I love Benjamin everything. I love Mrs. Benjamin. Miss Benjamin is the greatest principal. Miss Benjamin is super nice and I love. Miss Benjamin is super nice and I love.
I love Mrs. Benjamin because she's super supportive and
Miss
encouraging.
Benjamin is the nicest principal and I love Miss Benjamin is the nicest principal and she's kind and she has nice shoes. I like her voice and she's really nice. Mrs. Benjamin because she has nice shoes and because I love her. I like Mrs. Benjamin. She's really nice and she's the best principal I ever seen.
We love Mrs. Benjamin because she always has really great snacks. She's so loud.
And she has so much energy.
And Finley loves Miss Benjamin because she feeds her lunch.
She's the best principal in the whole world. Benjamin's the best principal in the whole galaxy. We love Mrs. Benjamin! Cool. Miss Benjamin is nice. We'll take care of stuff we do and get in trouble sometimes. She's really, really nice. She's really nice and who does always fun stuff. Mrs. Benjamin is a nice principal. I like Mrs. Benjamin because she's really nice. I like Mrs. Benjamin because she's a really nice principal. I like Miss Benjamin because she comes every day and her's nice. I like Miss Benjamin because she's the bestest principal I ever saw. I love Miss Benjamin because she's nice. I love Miss Benjamin because she's so nice to the whole school. I like Miss Benjamin because sometimes she comes in our classroom and she's so nice. I like her because she's the best principal. 1 second. Yeah, now I get it. Mrs. Benjamin, I think she is right for everything. We love you, Miss Benjamin. She's nice.
I love Mrs. Benjamin because she is a leader who is not just a boss, but she works with her staff and students.
I love Mrs. Benjamin because she is kind. Mrs. Benjamin is the best principal because she's funny. I love Mrs. Benjamin because she is the best because she is amazing. I love Miss Benjamin because she is funny and sweet. I love Miss Benjamin because she is nice. I love Mrs. Benjamin because she is funny. I like Mrs. Benjamin because she is beautiful and nice. I like Mrs. Benjamin because she understands people. I love Mrs. Benjamin because she sets up all these fun things to do. I love Mrs. Benjamin because she's kind-hearted and sweet, and she never lets anybody down. I love Mrs. Benjamin because she's cool. I love Mrs. Benjamin because she's funny and creative. I love Miss Benjamin because she's so nice. She lets me borrow her balls after school, and I like to play for them, and I bring them back every day. I like Mrs. Benjamin because she's kind. I like Mrs. Benjamin because if we get a token, we get to get a prize. I like Miss Benjamin because she does a whole bunch of stuff for us. I like Miss Benjamin because she's really nice to us because we do habit stuff. I love Miss Benjamin and I like Miss Benjamin because she's very nice. I like Miss Benjamin at night. I like Mrs. Benjamin and she takes care of us. I like Mrs. Benjamin because she's a good principal. I like Miss Benjamin because the school's the best. I like Miss Benjamin because she's the best teacher. Mrs. Benjamin is the best. I like about Mrs. Benjamin that she's the best principal ever. I like Miss Benjamin because she's nice. We love you, Miss Benjamin!
Mrs. Benjamin is an awesome administrator. She cares for her staff, she supports us, and she has an amazing personality.
I love Mrs. Benjamin because she is funny and cute. I love Mrs. Benjamin because she's funny, nice, and pretty. I love Mrs. Benjamin because she's cute and pretty. I love Mrs. Benjamin because she's nice and pretty. I love Miss Benjamin because she's sweet and kind and loving, and she's always there for us, and she's the best principal in the world. I love Mrs. Benjamin because she always helps us become better people, and I like the show and tell that we have together. I love Mrs. Benjamin because last year she wore a tutu to school. I love Mrs. Benjamin because when it was Christmas, she wore the elf suit. I love Mrs. Benjamin because when we make mistakes, she listens and helps you feel better. I like it when she dresses up for herself. She is funny.
I like her because she kissed that pig last year.
She's really, really funny.
I love Mrs. Benjamin because she has funny jokes.
I love Mrs. Benjamin because last year she wore her tutu.
I like Mrs. Benjamin because she kissed a pig.
I love Mrs. Benjamin because she's beautiful. I love her. I just love her.
Happy Principal Day.
Happy Principal Day on May 1st.